Disability EmpowHer Network logo, a large and small triangle intertwined with an arch growing out from the small triangle. Disability EmpowHer Network presents 5 Quick Questions with Cece, featuring Disability EmpowHer Network board member Judith Brown. Cece, a young black woman, wears a yellow shirt and her hair up with a colorful background with tape art. Judith, a black woman, wears a head wrap, sunglasses, and an orange shirt in front of a blurred background.
Hey everyone, my name is Cece. Today we're going to be interviewing Judith Brown on her position on Disability EmpowHer Network this afternoon and her experience and just the things she do. So Judith, let's get right into the interview.
Sure,
Well, can you introduce yourself to start off with?
certainly I can. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited and honored to be here with Cece. My name is Judith Brown, and currently I am the Executive Director of Project 70 Forward out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And we are a nonprofit organization for the support and advancement of people with disabilities. And so that's what I do in the daytime. I'm also, I have an extended family of 5 children and 2 cats. And so, we're very busy down here in Charlotte, really just trying to make sure people stay connected to resources.
Sounds good. So let's jump right into the question.
Sure.
My first question is, what is it like being on Disability EmpowHer Network board?
I'm really excited. To be honest with you, this is my first time, well, actually my second time being on a board. But this is the first time that I'm on a board that's related to people with disabilities, and especially young women with disabilities. So I was very excited to get the call. I was very excited to be among like-minded people who want to see the advancement of young women dealing with disabilities. So I'm very excited. So far, it has been just really like finding my tribe. It's like talking to people who really get it. And so that has been very, very empowering and very, very reassuring that even though we're not in the same state, we are still battling for and working on the same goals.
Yes. I completely agree. So, what are some of the things what is your role on the board? Like some of the things you do as per the board?
Right. So right now, I am just a general board member. I try my best to come up with ideas and different things that I could support other initiatives or other ideas going on with the board. I know that they're coming up to do some strategic planning. So I'm hoping to be able to lend all of my experience or information to help create that long-term, long-range planning.
How did you end up on a board? Like, what was that like? You say you got a call, so can you walk us through leading up to that moment?
Yeah, so I got a call from Paul, and I know Paul and Kelly Timmons for some time now. We've been working together in either food rescue or food distribution all throughout the pandemic. They were very supportive of our work here in Charlotte. And he called me up and he says, "Hey, Judy, I've got this great nonprofit that I want you to think about. And they would need people like you." And I was like, okay, that sounds kind of interesting. Next thing I know, he had arranged for conversations and emails and all sorts of things like that. And it happened rather quickly, but in a way, I was very happy to meet Stephanie and all of the different people.
How has your involvement with Disability Empower Her Network changed your perspective on the world, if it has?
That's an interesting question because um, we started about 4 years ago, and most of my clients were people who were fully adult, fully grown. And yet I had this longing to try to reach back for young adults or even youth with disabilities to kind of just say, listen, we see you, we love that you're out here. And so it's very funny. I think that Disability Empower Her Network came along right at the right time, just at the right time, because I was looking for a way to be involved with young people with disabilities and helping shape, their leadership qualities, their confidence, their empowerment. And so I was excited. This was like it just fit perfectly in where I wanted to kind of direct some of my energy, as well as maybe support youth here. So, not that I'm going to try to recreate it down here, but at the same time, it's given me a lot of things to think about and just really opened my mind to what youth with disabilities can do given a mentor and given a year program. So, it has been really very instrumental in having me think more on how we can involve our youth here in North Carolina with disability empowerment.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite moment or a favorite experience you've had with Disability Empower that just blew your mind or just shocked you? Like,
Well, that's funny. I just started. So, you guys had already gone through the camp and also going to DC. But what really shocked me was Stephanie talking about a former a youth going through the program who had really talked about her research about emergency preparedness. And I was really shocked with that because, people say, oh, yes, we have this mentoring program. And you think, oh, okay, what are you really going to do? But for that caliber of work and research to be being done, I was really floored. I was like, wait, what? This is the first of its kind. Nobody else has done this in the city. And, literally, I was really, really shocked and actually very pleasantly surprised to see that level of detail and work being done through this program. And that just made me feel like, yeah, I want to be a part of this. So it was during her telling me about that, and then all the other research and reports and things that these young ladies get to do. I was like, yeah, I really want to make sure that I can be a part of this in some capacity.
well, my last question would be, what is your vision for Disability Empower Her Network? Like, do you have something that you really feel that you can add to the nonprofit or something you can bring to the nonprofit that you see that, oh my God, we could really use this and we haven't done it before? Like, do you have, like, what's your vision? What do you see
Yeah.
Disability Empower Her getting involved with in the future?
Well, I've actually already brought up something that came up in one of the board meetings, and it was about encouraging parents to really allow their daughters or their children to be involved in this program. So, as a person with a disability myself, I also raised two sons with a disability. And I know sometimes as a parent, it's hard to say, okay, I'm going to let my child go and be involved in this thing. And so I really want to create a parent support within the Disability Empower Her network. I think I can uniquely talk to parents. I can uniquely tell my story with my sons and also encourage them that this probably will be the best thing that has ever happened to your child, to your daughter. I know one of the first things I said to Stephanie was, I wish I had had a program like this when I was younger. I didn't have a program as a young woman with a disability growing up. There weren't a lot of people around like me. And so it was very difficult. And I had to work a lot on my self esteem and my confidence and, being somebody that I didn't have any peers to talk to or any mentors. So I really want to encourage that we create a space for parents to explore, all their fears and anything that they're worried about, but also to give them the encouragement that this is really going to propel your daughter forward. And it's going to give them so much more than we as parents could ever give. So I'm really hoping to create that.
I completely agree. So definitely, I really enjoyed talking to you.
I even totally enjoyed talking to you, Cece. I hope we can talk more often You have a lot of great ideas, and I love you're very articulate, and I love talking to you, especially when we were talking about the ideas. So I hope that I'll be able to talk to you again soon.